Holy crap, we did it. We have officially reached 50,000 subscribers. And so because of that today, we're gonna be ranking every popular superhero game on Roblox. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all the amazing channel members. And with that said, let's get into this. So a quick disclaimer before we get into this, every game I'm gonna be ranking today is not just because it's my favorite or I like it. It doesn't mean it's not a fun game. If I call it trash or no man's land, whatever, I'm going to be ranking it. Understand, it can still be a fun game to you. This is just my personal opinion. And every game today, guys, has a lot of players playing it, at least like above 100, unless there's like a test, and there are like 1 or 2 tests in this, but besides that, every game has some sort of goal to it, and is a pretty popular superhero game on Roblox. So the tier list I have made today, guys, has about like 20 plus games on it. Nothing too crazy, but we're gonna go over all the main games I've reviewed on the channel, made TikTok shorts about, whatever. So let's just get into this. And plus, my tiers are gonna be personal favorite, top tier, good, bad, and no man's land. And obviously, no man's land, we don't even want to go there, but there's definitely gonna be some games here that go in that category. So actually, let's get into this now. Okay, so going in order of games, our first game today is going to be, I'm just going to say, so this is Flash Earth Prime, but I'm going to say for all CW games. So I know CW games can be different from each other, but they're all kind of the same role-playing aspect. There's some have better scripters and modelers. Earth Prime's definitely one of my favorites, though, and CW games are fine. They're not my favorite. I'm not huge into role-playing. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give any CW game just good. As long as it has a good scripter, any CW game I'm going to enjoy, but I'm not going to be playing for hours. It's just not that type of game. So CW games is definitely a good game. Now, next we have Superhero Battlegrounds, and I've actually only played this on stream, so if you don't know what it is, it's gonna be like a first-person superhero ability type of game. So you're gonna be playing like a shooter, but you have superhero abilities, whether that's Superman, rip-offs like Flash, rip-offs, stuff like that, Hulk rip-offs, and you use your abilities to kill other players with your guns. And it was actually really well made. It's definitely not top tier yet because we haven't gotten the full game, but it's definitely going in for good as well. It's a really well made game, and it definitely has potential to be top tier. It could definitely get there one day. And so I decided to add this next game in. If you guys have never played a superhero tycoon on Roblox, just give it a shot. They're not necessarily like very well made. I mean, it's an old game, but it always has the most players for a superhero game on Roblox. And the thing is, it's a fun game. For being so bad, it is fun. So I'm gonna put it in bad only because it just can't compare to these games, but it has such a good goal. It's just not ready to be up to these standards. Someone makes a tycoon though, where they have like the abilities some of these games have today. Like imagine a tycoon with like Heroes Unlimited abilities or Age of Heroes abilities, and it would just be so much fun. I'd really love to see something like that, but since it's just so old, it's gonna go in bad for now, but definitely not no man's land material because it's not that bad, because it's so fun to play with friends sometimes if you get on. Now next on our list is actually kind of a newer game to the channel, which was Swinging Spider-Man, and it was just like any other Spider-Man game we played. The animations were fine, but what was so cool about it was you have like the control over both web shooters like in Attack on Titans games, and I thought that was really unique and a cool kind of spin to what most of the developers have been doing. So honestly, it's definitely not no man's land. It's not bad, it's not top tier, and it's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely good because it was such a cool concept and no one's done like that today. It's not up to the standards of like instant web slinging testing, but it's still very good, and it definitely deserves to being good in my opinion. But next, one of my most favorite games that we have been reviewing on the channel a lot lately, pretty much every video I've been making has been on Heroes Unlimited. This game is amazing. This is not bad at all, and it is above good in my opinion, and this is just the test that's out. The full game is not even out yet, but from what we've seen, this is some top tier stuff. I mean, this is an amazing game. The abilities are great, the customization is great. It's not in my personal favorites yet because the real game has not been released. I can't say that yet, but it is definitely top tier game with a really nice goal. I could definitely see like you getting on with some friends or just playing alone and grinding for hours, and it's gonna be one of the best superhero games we're ever gonna see come to Roblox when it fully releases. So it's definitely going in top tier for now. Now next, I'm actually gonna rank 2 at the same time because we got back-to-back of the Iron Man competitors. Now Iron Man Simulator is known to be a bigger game. It is made by Surface, one of the best devs, but the developer of Iron Man Battlegrounds, and I think he's known as Arcs nowadays, is a really good developer as well. They're both very solid games. The only reason I would make Iron Man Simulator a higher ranking than Iron Man Battlegrounds is because this game really got the channel going, and I love this game so much. It's always gonna have a special place in my heart, and Iron Man Battlegrounds is a great game as well. 2 different developers, they definitely had some beef, but like overall, they're both great games. I'm gonna have to say though, Iron Man Battlegrounds is good. There's nothing special about it, you know. It's just kind of role-playing, and that's what Iron Man Simulator was, but it's not even top tier. It's just one of my favorites because of how much it means to me and how much it grew the channel when I started playing it. So honestly, I love the games both so much, but this is just gonna have a bias towards my opinion, but you guys choose whatever you want. Like I said, this is all my opinion, so let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. Okay, so Mad City is an awesome game. We have never played it on the channel because it's not the typical game I would choose to play on the channel or review, but it is an amazing superhero game. Definitely the most to do out of all of these games. I mean, this is like the most top tier it gets with at least a purpose to the game. If you like jailbreak, if you like superheroes, this game is amazing. It is free roam, you get cars, you get superpowers, you can stop villains, you can stop criminals, do whatever you want. It's like GTA with superheroes pretty much on Roblox. It is so much fun. If you have not played Mad City, go play it, guys. Like, do yourself a favor. It is a great game, and maybe one day we'll even review it on the channel, but for now, it's definitely going to be top tier. This is just one of the best games on Roblox. Not my favorite because I have not played it too much. Like, I've never really gotten into it, but from what I have played, it is so awesome, and I do want to play it a bit more because it's such a good game. Now, I have never understood this game. Marvel and DC superheroes, tell me in the comments, guys, if you like this game. Personally, like, it's not that well made. It's really not that fun, especially compared to like the better games out there. Like, Age of Heroes should have more players than this. This has like 4,000 players, and it's like, it's not good. I personally think this is a straight up bad game. Like, obviously, it's not No Man's Land. It's not that bad. There is a purpose. It's like there's a lot of heroes and abilities, but it's not like well made. It's not fun in my opinion. It doesn't even come close to being good or top tier. So I don't know why it has like 4,000, 5,000 average players, but it's definitely going in bad for now. But who knows? Tell me in the comments if I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. Now, a game that we have reviewed on the channel called the worst Spider-Man game on Roblox. I know it's a really bad thumbnail, but it's just a thumbnail they had at the time. So this is Spider-Man Simulator. If you guys have never played it, it's just like a scam game on Roblox, but it always has like 2,000 players, something like that. And I don't understand it, guys. We've played it. Like, there's a point where like it's so bad, it's kind of fun because it's like there's really old, like clunky, like Roblox items. Like, you can get an Infinity Gauntlet, and when you click it, it gives you like an area where everyone turns to dust, but like really badly. You guys can check it out if you want. I have a whole video on it, but this is below bad. I mean, this is just a straight up scam game. This is going in No Man's Land. It's that bad of a game, trust me. But let's just move on. Okay, so Superhero Life 3. So it's the third one in the trilogy, I believe, and it's kind of an old game by now, even though it's like the newest. I think there might be a fourth, to be honest, but they're usually pretty similar, and I haven't played it enough to give it a full-on review. I haven't even reviewed it on the channel. Superhero Life tries to do what like Heroes Unlimited is doing well. They try to do like a customizable superhero where you can fight other people, and for its time, it was good, but it is starting to get outdated, but it still manages to keep like a good concurrent amount of players, so it's still a little bit popular. That's why it's on the list. So I don't think, like, here's the thing, I would consider it bad, but the fact that it is made by a good developer, it's just an old game, and there is a cool concept to it. Honestly, like, it's in between. I'm only gonna give it the bad review because it's compared to like the CW games, like Superhero Battlegrounds. It's not on the same level as these, so like it's definitely gonna come in the bad place. Like, it's definitely in the same level as like Marvel DC Heroes, to be honest. Now, the next game, I don't know if you guys are gonna respect this opinion, because Heroes Multiverse is a great game, but it's not top tier in my opinion. I wouldn't give it that. I'm not a fan of how they model it, which is very picky, but there's a lot of games on Roblox like Marvel Enhanced, Heroes Multiverse, stuff like that, and I don't know, something about it, it bugs me. And it's not that it's bad, it's just the style. I know it's a good style, but it's just not my type of style, so I'm not gonna put it in top tier. But the actual game itself, it's pretty fun. It's okay, realistic wise, like compared to like some other games, but I think I'm gonna have to give it good for now. It's not, I'll come back to this. I'm gonna put it good, but I'm not giving it top tier. I'm gonna come back to this once we get to some similar games like that, but let's just keep moving on for now. So Infinite 2 is really just a swinging test. There's a lot of Spider-Man on Roblox, and this is not coming close to being like Instant Brick's web slinging in his new testing game, but that's not even out yet. So comparing this to like typical web slinging and comparing it to envisioned Webverse and not the revamp, because we haven't seen the revamp yet, this game is actually pretty top tier for the swinging, because this is the best we have that's an actual game. And envisioned web testing is out, but it's just a test. This is more than a test. This is like, I don't even know, it's like a testing game, if that even makes a difference. But like, I don't want to put it top tier because it's not a full game, if you know what I'm saying, but the actual swinging itself is top tier. So this is good for sure. It's not top tier yet, but if they make that a full game where you can have some stuff, then it would definitely be top tier. But moving on, Age of Heroes, holy crap, this is right away the king of superhero games. And hear me out, because I know you guys, again, everyone's gonna have different opinions on this, like what's the king, but Age of Heroes is it. This is like my favorite game on Roblox ever. It is above top tier. They managed to get Surfos, one of the best developers, superhero developers, and just developers in general on Roblox, to make a fun, grindable, no level capping superhero game where you could just grind forever and get as strong as you want, get different abilities, and it's similar to what Heroes Unlimited is gonna be, but this is like the original. This was was the best, and I love it. I really hope they like remake this game one day. If Surfos ever comes back, I would love to see something like that. And so this is definitely gonna be a personal favorite. If there's like above top tier, because this is personal favorite, we know like I wasn't even putting like Iron Man Simulator in top tier. It's just my favorite. Age of Heroes is top tier and my favorite. This is like the king of Roblox superhero games for sure. And I could go on why this is the best game. But next up, we got Superhero Universe, and I was gonna talk about coming back to Heroes Multiverse and why I'm putting this good, and that's because Superhero Universe is top tier. It is above Heroes Multiverse in my opinion for a couple reasons. The models in this, again, I like the bricky models more. This is just not as realistic as these, or not even realistic, but just more similar to Roblox in my opinion, a little bit more natural feeling. And the developers for this game, I love. The modeling is great, the scripter's an awesome dude, and his scripting's amazing, and I find this game personally to be more fun than Heroes Multiverse. And also, I'm not as big of an X-Men fan. They like to do a lot more X-Men and Fantastic Four. This has like the Iron Man Mark 85, but with much better abilities. They don't have as well like intricate abilities in Heroes Multiverse. Superhero Universe really got that down with their nano beams, and yes, they have it in here, but it feels a lot more powerful in this game. But what I will say is some positives for Heroes Multiverse is that Heroes Multiverse has flying and Superhero Universe does not have flying. So that's really keeping me on the edge here, but this is where I'm going to have them ranked for now, and I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, because they're both fantastic games and I love them both. Now this is really like the only test here where it's just like one testing game. Like we've gone over like Infinite 2 swinging and stuff like that, where there's like it's just like one testing like swinging, but this is literally just flying this game in Heat Vision. It is Surfos' Superman testing, same developer of Iron Man Simulator 2, same developer of Age of Heroes, and if you guys have seen the trend, Surfos is the only two that made my personal favorite games. You guys already know that Superman testing is going to be an amazing game, which it is, and I've never made a full-on video on it, but it had been a lot of TikToks and shorts for it because the flying is the best I've seen on Roblox so far. No one has even come close to it besides really Heroes Unlimited. I mean, theirs is like really close to maybe even better at this point, but this is definitely top tier as well, and it is just a test. It's not a full game, but just because the flying is so good, and I've never seen a Roblox game that has better flying than Superman testing, I'm putting it top tier easily, and you can't change my opinion for that. And now Spideyverse is actually something I've not actually ever reviewed on the channel. We've played it in live streams a bunch. I think it used to be called Bloxverse. I think the guy's been working in this game for years, and he's never really gotten the Spider-Man swinging down, which is why I've never really done a full review of it on my channel. And he's always messing with it. There's like an infinite map thing he had once, and I really respect the grind for this game. It doesn't like match up to typical web slinging, even though theirs is okay, and it doesn't match up to Webverse just yet. But it's really good game. Like if you guys want some decent swinging and you want something new, check out this Spideyverse. It's really good. He's been working on it for a while. I've never actually played the villains because they cost so much on Roblox, so hopefully he'll make them free one day, but I understand why he has to do it. So for now, it's just gonna be good. It's not bad, but it will definitely be good, and I think that's respectable for now. Now, if you guys do remember, a long time back when Age of Heroes was dying out, like it still is now, a game called The Supers emerged, and it was a really cool concept. It was actually decently well made, and it took the comic booky swinging and like powers of every character and just kind of brought them to life. He wasn't even going for realism, but he was just going for a fun game like Age of Heroes. And for that, I know this is like kind of gonna be controversial, but like this is my personal favorite, and I know it sounds weird, but this is a game that I spent hours grinding. I loved it. They had bosses, character customization. There's so much you could customize, so much you could level for. There was like a backpack you could have and collect different items and weapons, and it was so much fun. And I want people to make more games like that where you have customizability. You're not always playing as just a Spider-Man or like an iconic hero, which I love doing, but customizability is typically my favorite when it comes to like making a hero and stuff like that. And this game was sick, and it definitely died out by now. It was made by a foreign developer, but it was an awesome game, and it's definitely going in personal favorites. And I don't even know if I'd call it top tier, but it's definitely my favorite because of how much I played it for. And moving on from the supers, out of all the Spider-Man game I played today, envisioned Webverse has the most potential, especially with the coming revamp. This game has amazing swinging, and even in the testing server, they just made it so much better by adding momentum to their swinging. And honestly, for now, it is not top tier yet, but when they drop that revamp and they have better swinging and everything like that, this is gonna be top tier. And God, no, it's not bad. So it's definitely gonna be going in good because it's nothing groundbreaking just yet. And I'm gonna say the same thing for typical web slinging too. The only reason I wouldn't put typical web slinging top tier because it has the gameplay to do that is the bugginess. The game is full of bugs, and don't get me wrong, I love the developer, but there's a lot of bugs, a lot of glitchiness, and the main thing, the swinging, swinging is like, he's never really got it. It's very clunky, and at times it's fun, especially like the web slingshot, and you got Venom Boost working right, but typical web slinging could never get this swinging right, and if they do that, this will definitely become a top tier game, and you'll see a lot more of it on my channel if they can figure that out and get their swinging working and feeling more natural. And both these games are going for the Spider-Man PS4 type of feel with like the gameplay aspects of it, and the older Spider-Man games like the Amazing Spider-Man game, because there's a lot of pizza time like hints in this and like in like quests and stuff. So I can't wait to see what they do with both of these, because there's a lot of big stuff coming. I'm sure of it. Now for our final 2 games of the day, 2 of like, these are some really solid games, and I promise you, like, this is like randomly sorted, and like honestly, these are both like really top tier games. So we got Velocity Online, which obviously is a top tier. I mean, this game is outstanding, and they're having a huge revamp coming, and this game is going to be insane. It's going to be like any speedster game you have ever seen. It's not going to be like you have superpowers, but it's going to be to the point where like you get different tech to make you run faster, and it's just so much fun. I made so many videos on this game, so many different updates are still releasing to the game and dropping new suits, but when the revamp comes, I can definitely see this becoming my personal favorite, because there's going to be so much to do in it, and I cannot wait for that. And Avengers testing, like, here's the thing with Avengers testing, I would put it in top tier because I know they do have this huge revamp coming, but the thing is, they're still just gonna have it as a test as far as I know. It's always been a test. They've never had an actual goal to the game. Now, the actual like playability of the characters is top tier in my opinion, but you can't actually do anything with them besides PvP and role playing, so that's why I'm putting it good. I don't know any future things that's gonna make this top tier, and I know Velocity is also top tier, but I know stuff is coming that's gonna make it like really solid top tier, so that's why it's going here, and I'm putting Avengers testing as good. But like overall, guys, this is a really good tier list. I want to know what you guys think about this, and I'm going to be linking this in the description below and in the comment section, so you guys can make your own list and post it in my Discord server or tweet at me, because I want to see you guys how you rank this. But I like this a lot. I think it's pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, but guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for 50k, and now starts the journey for 100k. I know we can do it, guys. You were so awesome. All the support has been crazy. I cannot wait to see where the channel goes from here. I'll make sure to link the tier list in the description below, and you guys can tweet at me or go to my Discord and submit pictures of your tier list, because I'm curious to see how you guys are gonna rank this. But with that said, my name is Clickbait. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time.